Carlos, everybody and their mother is talking about that Michael Jordan documentary on ESPN.
The Last Dance has been, one of those things that people have been waiting and dying to see. And Michael Jordan finally said, okay, put it out there. Interesting.
Okay, so now look, here's the truth is I have not seen it yet because I need to be in the right frame of mind to watch this documentary because listen, there's a real, so the Remolards are huge Michael Jordan fans. Okay. The Remolards are Chicago Bulls fans. Even though I grew up in Temple City, California, my brother was a diehard Michael Jordan fan. And we would watch, when I was a kid, WGN on Saturday mornings so we could watch the Chicago games from our house in Temple City. We were huge Jordan fans.
I remember taking two of my sons to a Lakers Bulls game. And they were little kids, and I said, "Hey, I'm taking you to see Michael Jordan." They're like, "Okay, cool." So we went to the game, and all they wanted was popcorn, hot dogs, and candy corn, all that. They just wanted the stuff. And I said, "Michael Jordan is on the floor playing basketball."
Yeah, right. Look, everybody is saying. So look, this ESPN crew followed the Bulls team in '97 and '98. And that's where this footage is coming from. So it's like real legit ESPN crew footage from that season that Phil Jackson gave access to his team.
Yeah.
And now they're backing it up with interviews. I saw former president, President Obama's in there, President Clinton's in there. All these people are in this documentary. They had to go back and supplement with interviews, but fascinating stuff.
There was nothing bigger than Michael Jordan and the Bulls back then. They were huge.
Look, do you remember Steve Kerr? You guys, all you newbies don't realize that Steve Kerr, who's now the coach, used to be on that Bulls team with Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. And do you remember those days?
Those were great days. And it's funny because now it's even more important since we don't have sports to watch. We're watching these documentaries. I watched an Ali Frazier fight on ESPN the other day, and it was terrific. I watched all 15 rounds. It was amazing. But that's, there's an appetite for this. So, this documentary came at the perfect time.
Yeah, it takes us all back. All of those things, all of those sports moments take us back to that time in our life. And we're as soon as I saw that ESPN documentary about Michael Jordan, I started thinking about sitting in my brother's room in Temple City, California, watching WGN as a kid to watch Michael Jordan play on television. And I think, Carlos, our friend, Bill Walton, I had a great, basketball legend, Bill Walton. I had a great conversation with him, and we talked about what the NBA is doing now and kind of how sports and professional sports is the part of the fabric of our country and how taking that away has really kind of shifted all of our mentality right now.
Well, it's messed us up, but I'm glad Bill's there to talk us through this, Bill. Please talk us through this. Love Bill Walton, one of my favorite guys of all time in sports.
I know. He's great. So he's got a great event happening, which you will also hear about on Carlos and Lisa, Bike for Humanity, to try and raise money for people that are suffering with COVID-19 and for the hospital workers on the front lines. You'll hear about that later in the week. But today, you'll hear from Bill Walton about the NBA in light of what is happening with this very cool Michael Jordan documentary.
That's a good guy. Don't miss it.